What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to Redemption 46 Studios. I'm Nick.
I'm Mary June Uzumaki.
I'm Keith.
I know the vibes. Y'all seen the picture, y'all seen the thumbnail. Y'all know why y'all here. Watch Mojo. 10 artists who you didn't know write for K-pop. Make sure you guys are subscribed. Become real redeemers today. Also, make sure you guys jump on the Patreon for more content like this. We can get into this. I only know a few. Obviously, is Sharon. Dark Child.
That we didn't know. Okay, so maybe Teddy Riley.
I think Teddy has done something because I feel like he did something for either NCT or something SM related. I wonder who else. The Babyface sneaker K-pop joint in there for somebody.
Manny Fresh.
Manny Fresh would be nice. Missy Elliott.
Will I Am. Will
I not?
Will the fuck you not?
More and more.
Welcome to Ms. Mojo.
Shit.
And today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 artists you didn't know
Make
were
it right.
K-pop.
I was going to tell myself that I would never tell anyone that I had been a part of writing that song, but yeah, no. To answer your question, there are no limits to what I can go where myself go.
For this list, we'll be looking at popular musicians' lesser-known writing and producing credits that led to some of your favourite K-pop hits. Which behind-the-scenes collaboration surprised you the most? Let us know in the comments below. Number 10, JoJo. It's impossible to
I was about to say, leave, get out, JoJo.
On the early aughts pop scene with her Billboard charting hits Too Little Too Late
No,
and
it's just
Leave Get Out.
Oh, they're not just K-pop?
Nah, it's artists that you know that wrote K-pop songs.
Oh, yeah.
It's also impossible to ignore the impact
We
of
just
the
was
South
watching
Korean
something.
girl group
Carrie Russell over
FX on the K-pop scene.
That's a good question.
Together, the female icons share more than just their fierce reputation.
Neo seems to
Free
be K-pop
Somebody,
knowledge.
the title track on FX member Luna's solo album, was originally written by JoJo.
It's like a bop.
The singer-songwriter shared on Twitter that she initially wrote the hot track while producing music in Sweden, but with some adaptation, the song later became Luna's fresh K-pop hit. Number 9, Black Eyed Peas, Well I Am. Well I Am was recently featured on a collaboration with Steve Aoki and EXO's Lay Jan.
I was about to say, I seen you did the joint with Steve.
At its finest. Yet this isn't the Black Eyed Peas members' first venture into K-pop.
Let's check it out. When Nicki
21
felt like a
leader
K-pop.
CL performed with the Black Eyed Peas at the 2011 Unmet Asian Music Awards, will.i.am reached out to produce more tracks for the girl group. He's since been vocal on social media about his work with both CL and 21, raising anticipation and excitement for the various projects that have come from the unlikely partnership. 21 even features on his song Getting Dumb. will.i.am has also worked with fellow anthem writer Psy. He features on Psy's 2015 song Rock and Roll Baby, and Psy said the dream collaboration made him feel very successful. No.
See this property I'm sitting in right now? It's an Airbnb that's projected to make
No one cares, bro.
$20,000 a year.
Want the K-pop back.
Number 8, Zara Larsson. When
Zara
Zara
is
Larsson's demo
big.
titled Back and Forth leaked online,
was
it
heartbreaking
gave eager
news.
fans
Her
a
with
fascinating
J-Hope.
inside look at the song's evolution. With the help of producer MNEK, who both previously worked with Larsson and helped produce for several K-pop groups, Larsson's track would later become girl group Twice's More and More. MNEK explained that the end result was a well-executed reinterpretation of the original demo. Larsson is credited as a composer alongside an impressive roster of creatives, including fellow singer-songwriter Julia Michaels. No, this isn't her only K-pop credits. Look no further than her feature on BTS A Brand New Day. Number 7, Rae Jepsen.
Oh shit.
Wow.
Carly Rae Jepsen.
Effects, that sound like a bop too.
A catchy pop tune makes her a shoo-in for
was
nailing
like, "Hey,
the
I
K-pop
just
girl
met
group
you."
style.
Right.
And her writing credit for girl group FX is
Call me.
You know what?
According
That
to an
makes sense
interview
though.
with Jackson,
Call Me
Well
Baby
Alone
is
was
definitely
originally written in a
some
session
shit
for
that
her
she
said, "Hey,
2015
I just
album,
wrote for you."
Imagine, but she considered the song more of a
This is
bizarre
crazy.
brainstorm rather than a serious trackless contender.
5 minutes into it, we were like, I'm like, you know this isn't making my album, right? Like, and we're like, well, whatever, let's just go with it.
However, the song wouldn't go to waste, given that it was later picked up by SM Entertainment and translated for FX's final album. Number 6, Jay Sean and Corbin Bleu.
This is so next to sound like the Shiny
What is
song.
likely the most bizarre
Hey,
combo
Juliet.
featured on this list, Jay Sean's Deal With It went through multiple iterations before becoming Shiny's recognisable title track, Juliet. Sean originally wrote the song to feature on his
That song that worked, though.
My Own Way. Instead, Sean ended up handing the song over to Corbin Bleu, where you can still hear Sean's vocals in the background. However, when Shiny released Juliet in 2011, fans quickly spotted a familiar tune. While the lyrics gave the song a whole new meaning, SM Entertainment had purchased the rights to deal with it before making it over to give the song the signature Shiny twist. Number 5, 5 Seconds of Summer. Early Five Sauce fans might remember
When
when
they sing
the
your
band
song?
posted a video of themselves dancing along to an
When they sing
unreleased
your
song
song,
with the
5
lyrics,
Seconds of
"She's
Summer"?
a
Rihanna?
teenage queen."
Or they might sing my
The lead
joint.
snippet quickly gained traction online, and many fans eagerly fought for the song to be released. It would eventually be released, only several years later, and not under the Australian boy band's name. After SM Entertainment acquired the rights, the song was turned into a Japanese B-side for Super Junior members Donghae and Eunhyuk. Though the song
That's
took on a
something
new
to play
life,
about the
Five Sauce members
rights to
Callum
the
Hood
song,
and
so.
Luke Hemmings are still
Yeah, I think
credited
they
as
don't give a fuck neither. They'll tell you that they'll buy the shit out of a reference track. But that shit, they make that shit work.
Like, you're not making residuals off
Number
me.
4,
Pay you
BB
one
Rexa.
time and keep moving.
What are you writing, BB? Writing for
A
Sean?
decade after Shiny's Lucifer was released, pop star BB Rexa took to social media to answer fans' questions about her co-writing
Screaming in the
credit for
long
one of the group's
hair.
most popular songs. Rexa explains that she wrote a sample for the song in her bedroom when she was just a teenager.
And then I sent it over and they did this.
And just like that, Rex's original work developed into the driving electronic K-pop hit that fans know so well. When asked, Rexa expressed she was eager to keep writing for the dope K-pop scene, and there were even rumours she's working on an idea for BTS. Number 3, Charlie XCX. Charlie joined the exclusive roster of artists who have featured on BTS
I was
songs
about to say,
with
she was
her
on BTS
inspirational
joint, too.
pop ballad, Dream Glow.
Cause that, I was about to say, that joint we did on like her and JK.
Explaining the unusual way the song came about, Charlie revealed that she'd had the beginnings of the song for years, but hadn't found a way to utilise it. The song was originally known as Glow, and the lyrics focused on catching feelings on a night out. However, when Charlie worked with BTS, the song found its place as an uplifting encouragement piece about following your dreams. Charlie has also worked alongside producer Emily for
That's,
Girl Group twice
Hidden
and
in
has
Her.
composing and arranging credits on the song Girls Like Us. Number Number 2, Bruno Mars. It's no secret that many K-pop idols
It's
have
no
a soft
secret
spot
that he
for
sounds
Bruno
like
Mars,
Mike.
which makes
So,
it exciting to see his name listed as a writing credit on the popular K-pop track Press Your Number.
Taming again. It's a banger when he go into the store and rob him.
Shiny member Taemin has been a long-time fan of Mars as an artist and producer, and was greatly honoured to have Mars contribute to his debut solo album, Press It. The title track was originally composed by K-pop veterans The Stereotypes for Mars's own library.
Shout out to my brothers back there too. I see you.
While Taemin did not get to work directly with Mars, his influence can clearly be heard in the funky soul backing to the song. Taemin then penned his own Korean lyrics, and the song was turned into a powerful solo for the K-pop sensation. Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honourable mentions. Kim Petras, an exciting twice collaboration for LGBTQ+ K-pop fans. Relax. The songwriter lent his DJ chops to Shiny member Key's electronic solo track.
Should use that, John. Oh, Key, this sound like a bop too.
Bit by the boy band Bug, former NSYNC member, would later
NSYNC.
write for Shiny's Taemin and boy group New Est. Diplo takes K-pop to the club with G-Dragon and Top's hip-hop unit song.
Bubble bubble, double combo, this ain't bubble bubble, bubble bubble. Regular sample.
Jade Thirlwall. The girl band stars aligned when the Little Mix member collaborated with Twice.
When I'm loving you, I'm always satisfied. No, I am not the second first time.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the
Make
bell
sure y'all
to get
subscribe for
notified
more
about
content
our
like
latest
this.
videos.
I'm trying to get mine out over her.
Additional videos
It's like,
or
shut up, stop
uploads
talking to our
while you're on your
redeemers.
phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1, Ed Sheeran.
Wow,
Ed
respect
Sheeran
it.
is no
Definitely
stranger to the
respect it.
songwriting scene and having
Two
written
goats.
for everyone from Justin Bieber to One Direction to Taylor Swift.
I think
he
Ed top
isn't
5 all
afraid to
time.
experiment with
Okay.
different genres. Sheeran added a
Shit.
K-pop jewel to his songwriting crown when he sent the early stages
You
of
sent
the song
that,
idea
sent
to
that Make It
BTS.
Right.
Yeah.
And she'll jump on the Patreon for Make It Right, Rich.
Adaptation,
Let's do another one.
Let's do one of the-
We haven't done one in a week.
Right. Sheeran expressed that while his personal music style may differ from BTS, he enjoyed writing for an artist whose fan base would appreciate the fun style more than his own.
Basically, he says, my fans don't appreciate this shit. Let me give it to some people who will.
Sheeran also had a role in writing
did
the band's
he did
recent
Permission
radio
to
hit
Dance.
Permission to Dance, which
can't
earned
win 'em
him
all.
yet another Billboard
It's funny, I
#1.
called you a hating ass nigga on the Permission to Dance.
Oh, word?
Join with Julio, we just did.
Damn, that's fucked
If you
up.
agree with our picks, check out this other recent clip from
You're not
Miss
wrong,
Mojo.
but it's
And
fucked
be
up.
sure to subscribe and ring the bell.
Yeah, man. Love y'all, gonna holler at y'all.
Like, comment, subscribe.
Nah, these conversations are always interesting because at the end of the day, to me, with singers, I've never obviously had an opinion. I've never had any objections to them having like buying songs because I think that's just traditionally what singers get into. Everybody's not a writer. Rappers, that turns into a different conversation. Just because, you know, if you consider yourself an MC, I might take you at your word for it. And if you were purchasing reference tracks, I'm hoping that maybe it's just the hook. You know what I mean? And it wasn't anything kind of more than that. But I even kind of feel a way about that with other shit because sometimes I feel like some writers are very good with making the bare bones of a song. with having a catchy hook or a melody or something like that. And there is still a creative process that goes on after someone gets a reference track. Because most of the times the reference track that you heard is either totally different, vastly, in most cases. Sometimes, depending on who the writer is, like, let's say if it's Sia. If it's Sia, this track probably was the same. The same track you hear is the same reference track that you probably got.
Not just that, but she probably using the reference track as background vocals. Sia's shit is usually very, very clean.
Yeah, so you know, she'll just be like, "Oh, okay, cool." Which is crazy, the hits that she put out versus and the hits that she gave people too and shit. Rihanna, say Nolly Ray, hi Rihanna. But all that being said is, I still think even though you get reference tracks, there's still a lot of work to be done. Like once you get them and then kind of molding them and turning them into like your own thing. Especially when people would kind of take writing credit for something and it just kind of be the melody, and then you hear the song and it's a whole lot of other stuff outside of that.
Yeah. Leave that alone.
I already know who you want to bring up, but
yeah. So I'm leaving it alone.
But this wasn't too far off, like as far as like Ed Sheeran being one, and then a couple other like names popping up. The thing is with some of these collaborations is I wish maybe a little bit more than just kind of one off or just kind of like two.
You want like the Timberland and Timberlake thing where you do a whole album with him or something?
Yeah, I mean, I would love to see that because we had the Pharrell interview with RM. Make sure you're on the Patreon.
Oh yeah, they did do something together.
Yeah, so well, I don't know. They didn't do Pharrell and RM didn't do a track, but they had the interview. But you know, just shit like that. Where like it's like I would love to kind of see that collaboration. Missy has helped so many women over here that some people don't even know about. I would love to hear Missy produce for somebody over there.
Missy need to do a Blackpink joint.
That'd be fire.
I think that'd be right up her alley and right up their alley. I think it'd be. I don't know if it'd be mutually beneficial for both, but I'm pretty sure it'll make a great fucking track.
I want to hear NCT and DJ Mustard.
Okay.
Mustard on IV.
I want to hear like J Hope or RM and 40.
It'd be good. Who else would I like to hear?
Or Party.
I want to hear AT's with Metro Boomin.
I can hear it.
I want to hear The Boys with Tay Keith. Tay Keith.
NCT with Just Blaze. Just Blaze.
Who Kanye would kill somebody's shit too.
Yeah. Pretty much just thought Kanye didn't know anybody.
I really enjoyed this though. This was really, just interesting to see like who wrote for who. I just want to know how, some of them. I want to know how they like some of the collabs came about. As far as like, how did it get to that point where it's like, I want them to write for me, or even the person writing for them saying yes, or you know what I'm saying. And then on a funny note, I want to know the person who says, the person who writes for these groups and it goes big over there. It's like, damn, I probably should have saved that. But that's dope. It's decent. I really respect. I really respect most of this whole video. Honestly, I wasn't too mad at some of the names. Yeah, shout out to people giving K-pop a chance, basically.
I think I know when it comes to SM, at least for some of their songs, they just kind of put out feelers and they take a listen as to who's selling songs. And they'll be like, oh, okay, well, we can probably use that. We like that one. We'll take that.
Right.
And then they'll just pass it off. They'll get it translated and then they'll pass it off to the group of their choice who they feel mostly best to tackle it. But I know they definitely do that. Or
because they have to listen to their music to know.
Or they might have an idea, like I know, I talk about it a lot just because it's a song I feel like they could have done better. But like Jobbing, they say, hey, we got a new group coming out. This is the title that we want. So you could do whatever kind of production you want, but this title has to be what the song is.
Right.
Because this is what the theme this is the new word that we want to roll out with our new group. And the production was top notch. I didn't I felt like the word was kind of shoehorned in there, but that's kind of how they go about their business. They'll buy songs in a heartbeat, like Nick said. I'll pay for it. So any part of the song at any given point, we can cut it up, take it, mix it. This might not even be the full song. We might use this in another part of the song or a whole other song altogether. But guess what? It's ours now. So
right.
Your work here is done. You know what the door is. But you walk out with a check, but don't ever ask for another check because there's nothing coming.
Well, some of them get another check because some of them write
it depends
multiple.
on the deal too.
Some of these niggas write multiple tunes.
Some of these people just write multiple, but like you're not getting any royalties off of this because we own everything now of it. No, but and some of the other people, I don't think it's a matter of I missed out on the track because like with the Ed Sheeran thing, he said he gave it to BTS because he felt like his fans wouldn't appreciate that type of music. But
which ain't true, kind of, Ed.
Right.
Because we fuck with everything you put out.
True. I would have BTS doing like something like Bloodstream would be crazy. But maybe he felt like, you know what I mean? Like, you're not here for this. My last 2 albums didn't have any of this sort of vibe. I don't want to take that risk or experiment. Some groups live on that, like Gorillaz or whoever else. They're like eclectics, but
that nigga dropped "Shape of You" a little bit before making Run.
That
was the same sound.
He is, but like he'll stay on everything this side of the R&B kind of funk vibe lane. You know, he has done stuff on the other side, but I don't think it's been very, very popular.
Right. Which person?
So like maybe like folk or like EDM or something like that. Because I think I did see a video on YouTube that had never been like pushed or a single that had never been like I had really heard of. And it was a full video. And it was like, I'm like, okay, so he's trying something different. But I mean, it had 1 million views, but it didn't have a whole lot. It wasn't like.
What person?
Sharon.
He dropped something that only had 1 million views?
Yeah, it was. But this was like maybe in the first couple of days. This is back when YouTube used to show videos as commercials.
What year is this then?
20, 21.
Only 1 million?
Mm-hmm.
2021?
Was it a solo jump? Like, was it anything on his album or just some regular shit?
It was a solo jump, but it wasn't something that was like pushed. It was like maybe a B-side, and they just wanted to test the waters, so they didn't give it a full push. But like if I was watching something on YouTube, because I was watching a lot of like BTS and whatever while we were locked in, it would pop up, but it would play the full music video like they would play an ad. And he wasn't the only one, but it was just weird.
They said, "Hey, keep doing whatever you're doing, man."
Yeah,
3.6 billion views. He said, "Now shit like this was like 3 weeks ago with an acoustic."
It was like him in a pink suit with like neon lights.
Spanish lyrics. He dropped last one.
It was interesting.
Yeah.
I don't even know what song that would be, but I could see in that regard, in that sense, them passing a song off to another group that might dwell within that genre more than I do, just because I feel like your fans might appreciate it more. But other than that, I mean, I don't think there's so much seller's remorse. I guess most of them think, well, I made a nice check out of it and just make more music. But all in all, I thought this was fire. Some of them were surprises. I'm kind of surprised I didn't see some other people up there, like maybe a Sia. That was actually the song Bad Habits.
Yeah, Sia definitely. That would have really been dope.
Or even like maybe some sneakers like Nicole Schlesinger or something like that. It's just I kind of expected maybe to see one of those.
Some Kelly Clarkson.
Somebody like that kind of sneak in there somewhere, or like you said before, Neo. But I ain't mad at the list.
Yeah, no, the list I respect.
Yeah.
Yeah, as far as
I was surprised. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was surprised to see will.i.am had that many Joneses.
For some reason, I wasn't.
Yeah.
I just because like
I don't know too much about him.
He does that like what. So like even the Black Eyed Peas themselves, like they used to be a strip hip hop group. Like all I want to do is like make music that my friends could b-boy to in the basement party type joint to like mainstream pop music when they got Fergie, and yeah, so like once he got in that lane, it was just like everything is up. I do stuff for Britney Spears, I do stuff for whoever.
Right. Oh, that's great.
No, you good. I'm for white. Yeah, as far as the buyer's remorse, I feel like if your pen is crazy, then your pen is crazy. any of like the little interview stuff I've seen with like Ed, Sia, or anybody else, normally when they talk about kind of how they like write for other people and shit, those are people that I think are just kind of like hit factories though. Where I'm pretty sure like some of them can almost wake up and just like start humming a melody and then just start writing some shit down and then just be like, all right, this is going to kind of be what the song is. Not to mention some people have isms. Because sometimes I can hear something and I'll be like, oh, okay, I think Sia wrote this. Or you'll hear something, you be like, all right, I think Babyface wrote this.
No combination.
Yeah, you'll hear something like a cadence that someone is doing. You be like, did Ed write this? It feels like a little bit of rap sing.
Yeah. We've done that before.
Yeah. Even all those other people, like you'll just be like, this sounds like Bruno Mars or it sounds like Anderson .Paak. So it's just like, sometimes you'll hear those isms in people. And in K-pop, that's why I was reserved a little bit before, because it was a disconnect with me trying to differentiate who was writing, who wasn't, who developed sounds first, or what was coming on, and what was authentic and what wasn't authentic. And then once we took this journey and stuff, then it's just like, oh, okay, well now we can kind of peek behind the curtain and see, who bought what, what's a reference track, et cetera, et cetera. And like I said, at the end of the day, they don't like bother me with singers and shit, because I want to see what you did with the track after you got it, versus something else.
Ruining it or anything.
Yeah. Plus, in K-pop too, we've also seen that some of the people who they were saying got reference tracks from, we've seen these same people. Even outside of that, we've seen these same people write their own shit, do everything and everything too. So they pen sturdy, they dancing abilities are sturdy, and they're talented. So yeah. But yeah, I'm good. Anything else more there? Jump in the comments. Let us know if the list even missed some people who like write heavily in there and just wasn't really quote unquote like credited or like mentioned in the video, because they still might have missed out on some people. Not to mention, depending on how old the video was too, which I think is only from last year if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. They still might have missed some people. Somebody might have did 3 collabs this year or something like that and already be top 5 like on the list. But tell us how y'all feel about that. Tell us how y'all feel about reference tracks, whether it's for singers or for rappers as well. But other than that, we're going to holler at y'all. Peace. We can look at our faces until we go. More and more, I forgot all about that track.